Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and as you guys can see from the background, we're coming at you with another tier list. So if you guys are excited, make sure you guys smash the like button down below. In this video, we'll be doing the PG's tier list, and throughout the week, we'll be doing the shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers. So if you guys are excited, again, hit the like button. It would really mean a lot. And if you guys are new to the channel, it seriously would mean a lot to me if you guys could hit that subscribe button. We're slowly trying to work towards that 10K subscriber goal, so please hit that like button. It would really help out the channel. So without further ado, we're going to start it off, and you guys know how we do this, just showing you guys everybody, all the stankers right at once, everybody in D tier. There we go, the big booty boys. And we have Cole Anthony's Emerald or Sapphire. Even if you even him up, I still think he's down to the D tier. Allen Iverson Sapphire that just came out recently with the double take set. The Stephen Curry that obviously we got from that locker code. Emerald or Sapphire, RJ Hampton. Still think both of them are pretty booty cheeks. We also have Leandro Barbosa, one of the level rewards from this season. Killian Hayes at Ruby, I still think's pretty bad, if I'm being honest. Isaiah Thomas, he's always in D tier. I mean, like, he just kind of runs the place. He holds it down there. The emperor of D tier. And then we have Sapphire Derrick Rose. You know what, it's solid, but just, not too much. A lot of these guys just really don't provide you with too much other than, one specific thing. Curry really is kind of a shooter. RJ Hampton can't shoot for the life of him. Leandro Barbosa, I hated him going for XP challenges. Allen Iverson, he's just too small and just doesn't do enough things great to really warrant anything, especially having such bad defense. Cole Anthony's an offensive demon, but is an absolute no factor on defense. Derrick Rose is a great slasher, but that's really about it. And Isaiah Thomas, I mean, short kings, but yeah, there's no reason to use them. Now, starting in the C tier, we do have a bit of a controversial pick. This one's starting off with Ruby Danabaros. I've seen a lot of people, really love this Danabaros. And you know what? Maybe if you did, fully batch him up and really, went into Danabaros, not that I understand why you would, you could, make a case for him going up into B tier because you added on clamps, you added pick dodger, everything like that. But I just don't think it is worth your time to make a 5'11 guy usable in the game. Now, he has a 6'8 wingspan, which is absolutely amazing. And if you're really good with Danabaros, if you really do everything perfect with him and badge him up correctly, you know what? I'm okay with it. I can understand him being in B tier, but I would not put him any higher. Because he's a great shooter. He's got a good jump shot and jump shot 28, but he just really can't dunk. He has no sort of interior defense. He does have quick first step, which I love, but I'm not a fan of shorter guys that really just can't dunk a lot and can only take layups because they get blocked quite a bit, especially on next gen. It's very easy to send all the shorter guys stuff. So I put him into C tier, just way too limited by height, but is still an amazing card, and you definitely can make him work. Next up, we do have Ruby Tyrese Halliburton, and the only reason I have him higher than a lot of the other guys that we had, in the lower tiers, is just because Tyrese actually can get bronze clamps when you get that first Evo up. When you get him up to Sapphire, he does get bronze clamps. So no matter what Evo you choose, he still will have bronze clamps. You have a choice of shooting, which will get you up to an 86 shot 3, no range extender, which is kind of tough, but he becomes a pretty solid shooter. He gets, a bit of a boost in speed and all that sort of stuff. Looks nice. And then you have playmaking, gets an extra boost in speed, some great finishing badges, still have a 76 shot 3, so he can be an okay shooter. You get quick first step and all that sort of stuff, so it's kind of just based off who you like. But because he has bronze clamps, he can be a really solid finisher, a decent shooter, has some nice playmaking overall at the PG. I do think that he's, at least a C tier contender in here. Next up, we have Ray Richardson, an absolute defensive god, holds it down. And if you ever have a chance to use him in limited, you have a lot of offensive guys who needs that defensive clamp guard. Ray Richardson is your dude. He seriously, that's some of the best defense for a Ruby that we have in the game, but really doesn't provide you anything else. Which is kind of tough, especially not shooting. So, had to throw him in the C tier. Next up, we have Hershey Hawkins, who is just somebody that whenever I used him, actually having him in game, I don't know what it was, he just did not feel great. Has no finishing badges whatsoever, so you have to add those if you want. Has some great shooting badges, honestly, and you have the ability to add deep threes as well as clamps if you want to and gold quick first step, but I just do not think it's worth it. He has a 55 driving dunk and tries to dunk a lot, but for some reason with with other guys that have a low dunk, I'm still able to dunk. With Hershey Hawkins, it did not happen whatsoever, probably because of lack of badges. His jump shot's the same with his Sean Marion. It is terrible. It is horrible. I hated it. I could not get used to this Hershey Hawkins card. Maybe you guys use him in USB, but for me, actual in-game experience with him, could not do it. Next up, we do have Tony Parker, who, again, is another one of those cards who has potential. You can use him. He can be good, but just does not have the defense for me personally to really warrant using him because you can't add clamps. With his Hall of Fame downhill and quick first step and a 97 speed, he's one of the fastest guards in the game. He can be a really good shooter, even without range, which is awesome. And okay finisher, again, shorter guy that can't dunk, so not the greatest finisher, but still can be good. But for me, it's just not worth using this Ruby Tony Parker at the current point in time because you can't add clamps. Honestly, I would much rather use a Danabaros other than Tony Parker. Personally, but with Tony Parker's release and how amazing it is, it does kind of even it out. Next up, we do have Ruby Goran Dragic, who is honestly surprisingly a solid card. Has jump shot 22, one of my favorites in the game, and just really does a lot of things great. Has a okay finishing, but again, can't dunk. Some really good shooting with that jump shot 22. Playmaking's great with quick first step, just has absolutely no defense. So if he had that, Goran might actually be a B, but without it, no. We put some guys out of order right here, so we'll just pretend like we meant to do it. Ruby Gary Payton, one of the guys that also came out in the double take set, and with this Ruby Gary Payton, it is just beautiful defense, like a Michael Ray Richardson, okay finishing, and okay playmaking. If I had to pick between the two, between Michael Ray Richardson and Gary Payton, I probably would pick Payton because Payton's got a great speed along with that amazing defense. His tendencies, a 98 on-ball steal, is beautiful. And if I remember correctly, Payton also does have some more badges, but still a really defensive heavy guy that really can't hit 3s 40 with the PG and can't even play make that great, but still is solid and nice to use. Next up, we do have Ruby Stephen Curry. This Ruby Curry is just hurt by the fact that he doesn't have defense. Other than that, really solid offensively, and that's just because, the Curry slide's overpowered. I mean, like, let's be real. But has silver, range and silver quick first step on a guy that is a Ruby, which is good, 87 shot 3. But again, shorter guy, can't dunk and can't play defense. So C tier is kind of like that ceiling for him, no matter how good the Curry slide is. And last but not least, we also have D Brown, another one of the wonderful jump shot 40 players like a Gary Payton, which really helps him out. But again, D Brown is severely hurt by the fact that he does not have defense. Although, this D Brown is a demon in the paint, man. Has some amazing gold finishing badges, has a 96 driving dunk, has gold quick first step as well, which is beautiful, and 100 driving and flashy dunk tendency, which is great. An amazing free slasher card, and actually can hit the occasional midi as well, and has jump shot 40 like we said, but just no defense at all. Just could not put him higher than C tier. So starting off the B tier, we have a guy who I still think is sitting pretty in there, and that is Damian Lillard. Offensively, an absolute demon. Damian Lillard's jump shot is just butter. It is smooth. It is great. He has some solid dribbling moves as well. He's just, again, hurt by the fact that he doesn't have defense, but he is so good offensively, and his animations are so good that I think B tier is fitting for a Lillard card. Next up is Ruby Chris Paul, one of the best budget PGs in the entire game. Plays solid defense, play makes super well, and only is hurt by the fact that he actually can't dunk. Has every real badge that you would want, at least on, bronze or silver, which is great. Beautiful jump shot, a little bit slow, but beautiful jump shot, and I think he just does everything super well. Next up, we have Diamond Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, I mean, come on, one of the most insane slashes you could ever use in a 2K game, but the big thing that hurts him is obviously the fact that he can't shoot as well. With the shot stick, you can kind of like ignore it because he does have bronze range, which can help. And I've seen some people actually shoot decently well with this Westbrook card when I've gone against them. So you know what, big ups to them. But Westbrook can be a really good defender if you upgrade some of the badges that he has. Also has silver quick first step, dimer, and every other playmaking badge in the game. And he's just an insane slasher. If he had a better shot, like rating or a few more badges, I really think this Westbrook could kill it, but without them, he definitely is hurt, although he is a mid-range demon. Next up, we do have Ricky Rubio. Kind of the same story as Westbrook, just not as good of a dunking threat. Really solid defender. Love the quick first step on Ricky Rubio. 6'4" is also, again, a really great height and is a pretty capable defender. It's just doesn't have a great jump shot and can't shoot the 3 that well. And that's really about it. If you run the duo with Cat, it does get a little bit better, get him up to an 87 shot 3, which is really nice. But again, only really hurt by the fact that he can't shoot the 3 ball that great. But he still can run the PG amazing. Next up, we do have Diamond Phil Schneer, who I was surprised at how well he played. I'm pretty sure Phil Schneer every year has kind of just been like one of those cards that we've all tossed off to the side and we're like, yeah, whatever. But this year, 6'3", 6'7" wingspan, super solid, 6 Hall of Fame badges, special delivery, Not the most important playmaking badge, but he's got it. Also has, Acrobat, Fearless Finisher, Giant Slayer, Pro Touch, Delivery, all a wonderful thing. Has an 89 shot 3, jump shot 4, that Donovan Mitchell, George Mikan jump shot, Larry Kendon if you've used him. It's beautiful, it's money, I absolutely love it. Bronze quick first step can be upgraded, and you can actually add clamps to him as well. So I think if you fully, set into badging up this Phil Schneer, you give him range, you give him clamps, things like that, is a very solid high B tier player. Just didn't put him into, that A tier because his tendencies are absolutely horrid. Only has a 40 driving dunk, so he will not dunk at all, even with his 50 rating, and his dribbling moves also are not the greatest. And also, just one side note, he has some dunk packages that are actually pretty solid, but then has a 40 driving dunk tendency, so you really won't ever dunk with him. So why did we give them 2K? Why did he get him? I don't understand, but that's just me. Next up, we do have Amethyst Mo Williams, my guy. And again, another case of offensive demon. Mo Williams really can just go out on the court and give you buckets with Hall of Fame Giant Slayer as well, which is gorgeous. One of those guys with a 50 driving dunk, but has a decently high tendency, so he actually dunks really well. Comes with gold deep threes, comes with sniper, has difficult shots, has quick first step. It is beautiful, it is amazing. You can also add clamps onto him as well, and if you do that, easily up into the B tier. Also has jump shot 4. I just don't really love the pro 4 behind the back that he has, and those dribbling moves really hold it back for me personally. And also, yes, he can dunk, and he does dunk often, but it's still a 50, so against somebody who has any sort of good intimidator, he won't be dunking. He'll just be taking layups, and that does hurt him a little bit. Next up, we do have Diamond John Starks. John Starks is beautiful, and I love him, man, because he's got the jump shot 40 base, but the thing is, with me personally, on John Starks, I think that jump shot 40 is better suited as a catch and shoot jump shot, so I actually think it kind of hurts John Starks a little bit, because it's more meant to be a catch and shoot jumper, not exactly that one that you kind of cheese and play the PG with. It's just, that's personally how I am with it, but still is an amazing dunker, is an 80 driving dunk, although you really need to add finishing badges to him. Comes with silver deep threes, which is great. Hall of Fame catch and shoot, difficult shots, all that is wonderful, but he's missing Deadeye, he's missing Green Machine, he's missing Hot Sun Hunter, he's missing Set Shooter, he's missing Sniper. A lot of badges that are missing, but on the other side of that, an amazing defender. When you add quick first step, he's a demon. He has gold clamps, Hall of Fame pick dodger, Hall of Fame ankle breakers, is going to play amazing defense. So badged up John Starks can still be B tier, but he's really missing some key badges that are really going to push him forward that you just can't add yourself. Next up, we have Diamond LaMelo Ball. This one is an interesting card to me because I know a lot of people like this LaMelo Ball, or liked LaMelo last year, so really wanted to like LaMelo this year. And once you get him up to Amethyst, he's a very solid card. You gotta love a 6'7 PG with a 6'10 wingspan. You can choose a playmaking or athletic one for your final Evo, which is nice. If you pick the athletic, you'll get Hall of Fame Needle Threader and then get a bunch of nice finishing badges. Sadly, only bronze Giant Slayer though. And then if you go ahead and decide to go with the playmaking Evo, you get a bunch of playmaking badges, including floor general, unblockable, and things like that, like gold quick first step, and it's really solid. I do think playmaking may be the better option, but the thing is, LaMelo just has really terrible defense, only has a 65 driving dunk, although he does have a okay tendency for standing dunk, which is interesting. And his jump shot is, pretty solid as well. But this LaMelo just didn't really blow me away when I was using the card. His jump shot's okay. Dribbling moves are solid. But the defense is just so bad. On top of having good offense that I just, again, had to throw him in B tier. He's okay, but just not amazing. Ja Morant, another card like Damian Lillard that is so good offensively that you can ignore how bad his defense is. Has, I think, bronze rating extender, some amazing dunking, has the Paul George jump shot base, which is beautiful. And if this Ja Morant had clamps, we'd be talking about him as one of the best free cards you could possibly get in the game. Although I think he still kind of is. He would just be basically the best if he had clamps, because this Ja Morant offensively is just an absolute demon and is really hard to stop sometimes. Next up, we do have Ruby Amon Shumpert, one of the free cards that you got for finishing the Win the Weekend challenges. The last 2 weeks, you were able to get him. 6'5" at the PG is solid. Also a 6'9" wingspan, which you love to see. And I did put Shump on this list because I know he is a shooting guard, but some people have been asking that we keep guys that are shooting guards, but you would play them at the PG in some of the lists. So I'll be doing that for some of the different tier lists, but most of them I'll keep primary positions. But with Shump, we do get some solid shooting badges, some solid jump shot. We have gold clamps, pick dodger, heart crusher, really solid defensive badges, really good finishing as well. Just need to add like a quick first step and things like that to really kill it with him. But 85 driving dunk is really solid to kill it. Awesome defense as well, and really good dunking tendencies as well, which is going to be really cool. Pro 2 behind the back, which isn't the greatest, but it's not terrible. So I think I'm on Shumpert. You can do a lot of things really, really well, but isn't necessarily like great at all of them. He's just pretty good at most. And last but not least for the beats here, we do have Pink Diamond Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas is just one of those guys that I think I really hold back because of that LaMarcus Aldridge or jump shot 11 jump shot, because on Hedo Turkoglu, I absolutely love it. Off catch, wonderful. But as a PG that I'm going to be dribbling with and using most of the time, I just don't like it. And most people I've gone against using this Gilbert, it's been pretty easy to clamp them up just because of that jump shot. And I understand that, if you get used to it and you can really kind of kill it with that jump shot, that this Gilbert Arenas can be A tier. I understand it. Perfectly fine if you wanted to put him A tier because you got used to it and you really love Gilbert. That's fine. But I think that a card that has such a big negative that you have to get used to make him, amazing, shouldn't be up in the A tier. That's just me personally. Now, next up, we have the A tier, starting off with Steve Francis. Stevie Franchise. I absolutely love Steve Francis. His jump shot is just money. One of the cards that truly surprised me when I was doing the gameplay with him because of how good he was. Dropped 70 points for me. Dwyane Wade's jump shot is beautiful. He has the Curry slide, and that's really all I need to say. Curry slide with range, with clamps, with quick first step. You badge all those up to gold. Is over. The Steve Francis is going to be killing you. Next up, Richie Guerin. That jump shot forward, jump shot based is going to be beautiful for you. 6'4" is wonderful. So a 6'5" wingspan, Hall of Fame silver finisher. And if we were to badge up, fully on this, Richie Guerin, I think he really can be one of the better PGs in the entire game. Just has solid around defense, really good playmaking, really good shooting, really good dunking, and is super fast. But I know some people would want to put him into B tier because he doesn't have range, but because of current gen, I can understand that. But on next gen, I don't feel like range is too necessary just because of just how the game is played and how good everybody can be, because I'm still hitting range jump shots without range on some cards. So don't really think it's too big of a deal. Next up is Rayford Allison, who's basically Richie Guerin with range extender and the Trey Burke base. So a slightly different base, but I will say I do prefer the Trey Burke jump shot base on Rayford Allison. It is money. And I think most of you guys have used Rayford at this point if you finished up the Season 2 Spotlight Challenges. He is absolutely amazing. The Trey Burke jump shot with silver clamps, silver quick first step, has silver deep threes, silver catch and shoot, just a bunch of wonderful badges, even a 70 driving dunk at some really nice animations, and a 96 speed. This Rayford is just a demon, does everything beautifully for you. There's really nothing to hate about. Next up is Diamond Paul Westfall, and the reason he gets up in here into the A tier is one simple reason. The Curry slide is just beautiful. 6'4" with a 6'7" wingspan, has 6 Hall of Fame badges, and they're just nice. Hot Zone Hunter, Green Machine, Bullet Passer, Unpluckable, has a gold quick first step, gold downhill, and gold dimer. You can also use that sniper to your advantage and have silver clamps, some really solid finishing badges as well. The only thing I think that really hurts him is, again, not having clamps, but with the Ray Allen jump shot base, the Curry slide, and the Pro 6 behind the back, this Paul Westfall is just an absolute demon. And that Ray Allen jumper seriously is one of my favorites to use with the shot stick because it just almost never misses. Next up, we have Pink Diamond, Otis Birdsong. Otis is just absolutely beautiful, and I think if he had a bit of a better jump shot, would land himself up into the S tier because he has everything going for him. When you badge him up to give him, deep threes and stuff like that, he has everything going for him except a better jump shot. Jump shot 63 is not the greatest. He also doesn't have a great behind the back either. But Otis, other than that, once you have deep threes with Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter, it is beautiful. Has gold clamps, gold quick first step, 83 shot 3, beautiful playmaking, 93s in the speed, and all around amazing defense. He's just a great card that is just hindered by not having the most amazing dribble sigs or jump shot. And next up, we have Pink Diamond Jason Williams, a card that I was honestly not expecting to have in a list like this up this high because, traditionally Jason Williams cards aren't very good, and they're not, I guess, they're just not very sought after cards because, it's Jason Williams. He doesn't bring a lot of hype, but I will say this Jason Williams this year honestly broke that out of the water. From what I've seen, his jump shot actually is very, very nice. It's a little bit quicker than it's been in previous years, which is a huge upgrade. 6'1" is beautiful. Also gave him a gold clamps, gold pick dodger, gold ankle braces off rip. He has Hall of Fame ankle breaker, dimer, downhill, handles for days, quick first step, unpluckable, tight handles. Gave him gold deep threes, catch and shoot, and all of that wonderful, wonderful stuff, which is just crazy. So he's one of the best shooters you could use. Has amazing speeds with 92, and Hall of Fame quick first step is great. Has solid defense, a 65 driving dunk with an 80 driving dunk tendency, means he's actually going to dunk a good bit, and has some pretty decent defensive tendencies as well. The only thing I don't like is I don't prefer the Pro 1 dribble sigs that he's got all across the board. But if you do, you love those like Kyrie Irving type animations, he's going to be great. Just for me personally, not the most amazing. So that's why he gets kept out of, well, I guess he wouldn't be S tier because he's not Curry, but he's very, very, very good. Next up, we do have Pink Diamond Jamal Crawford. Obviously, badged up Jamal Crawford every year is going to be just a demon because of the Trey Burke jump shot base. It's just kind of how it goes. If you have the Trey Burke base, you're already in a tier of your own. Has a 6'5" height with a 6'10" wingspan is beautiful. Great Hall of Fame badges like ankle breaker and quick first step. The only thing that sucks is we do have to add clamps. We do have to add, deep threes, deadeye, hot zone hunter, things like that to him, which does suck. But once you do it, he's going to be amazing. Again, not the biggest fan of his dribbling animations, which is a little bit tough, but for those of you that do like it, the Jamal Crawford can be an absolute demon, and I've got killed a few times with it in some Jamal versus Curry matchups. It's been pretty fun and unlimited. Next up is a Diamond Hal Greer, the Diamond Token Market, I guess, new card for the season, and Hal Greer is actually very, very solid. 6'2", 6'5" wingspan, and the jump shot for jump shot base. Again, there's just some jumpers in the game that once you get them, you're just in a tier of your own. Also has Hall of Fame Giant Slayer, so despite a 6'2" height, you're still going to be playing great. Hall of Fame Catch and Shoot is beautiful. Dimer, downhill, quick first step, unpluckable, clamps, pick dodger, all on gold. Has the ability to add hot zone hunter, deep threes, deadeye, all that sort of stuff. And then once you do, it is over. Also a sniper, which you love. 90 shot 3, great speed, great defense. And the only thing I think holding this Hal Greer back, again, is the fact that I don't love the Pro 4 moving on the back, and the fact that he can't dunk. If he could, this Hal Greer would be an absolute demon, and I think I would recommend it to everybody to pick up, but that one thing kind of holds him back. Next up is Donovan Mitchell, who again is just a beautiful, beautiful card. Has that jump shot for it, jump shot base, and come on, you gotta love it. Donovan Mitchell is just one of those guys that I think every year that usually gets slept on, but this year shorter guards are ready to kill it. One Hall of Fame badge, it's quick first step, one of the best in the game, and 90 driving dunk, 86 shot 3 with boost that goes up to a 90. You add deep threes on a Donovan Mitchell, you boost that clamps up to gold. It's over, and this Donovan Mitchell really isn't getting stopped. I just don't love the fact that he's 6'1", but has a 6'10" wingspan as well, which is great. Again, I feel like if he was like 6'3" like he used to be before the real height measurement, I do think this Donovan Mitchell could have made it into S tier, because those 2 inches sometimes can matter, unless you add like a intimidator or something like that. Then you could maybe make an argument for him being S. And last but not least, into the A tier, we do have Amethyst Dieren Fox, the most recent card to come out. And another case of when you badge him up, it is over. This Dieren Fox never gets stopped going to the rim. One Hall of Fame badge, quick first step, 97s in his shot speed, amazing defense, comes with silver clamps, an 80 driving dunk, 81 shot 3, which obviously you can boost up with hot zone hunter, sniper, deep threes, all of that wonderful stuff. And once you do, with the PG jump shot base, it is over, and this Dieren Fox just absolutely kills it. Watch the gameplay if you haven't already. This Dieren Fox is an absolute nightmare to guard because of just how quick, how great having a high speed and Hall of Fame quick first step are on a card. It opens up so many opportunities for you that it's amazing. And last but not least, we're starting off the A tier. Only a few cards here. Obviously, Stephen Curry, we really don't have to talk too much about it. I still consistently can drop like 40 a game with the Steph Curry. He's just one of the most unguardable cards in the entire game. He's beautiful. I love the jumper, and still is my favorite card to use, period. Monte Ellis, who basically is a Stephen Curry with dunking and no Curry slide. Has a Curry jump shot, has a 98 driving dunk, one of the best slashes in the game. When you boost up his defense and add some range to him, he's beautiful. Easily S tier in my opinion. It just sucks that he doesn't have that Curry slide. John Stockton still up into the S tier. It's just kind of how it goes. John Stockton is that dude. Does everything beautifully. Great jump shot. Amazing, amazing defender. really good at finishing, obviously because he's a glitch card and they gave him the dunking. So he has, I think, like a 90-something driving dunk as well. John Stockton, my first like demon card to have used this year, and it was beautiful. So I hold him high in my heart. Just a beautiful card. And this next one is a card that I wanted to tell you guys about, just so you knew where he was going to rank, although I think it's kind of obvious, because it's going to be Galaxy Opal Dwyane Wade. Dwyane Wade is going to be available very, very soon. I think the most XP that you can get right now in the game is like 105,000 XP, I'm pretty sure, which is very solid, very good at this point. We're only 45,000 away from being able to get Dwyane Wade. So in the next like 2 weeks or so, Dwyane Wade is going to be available, and because we won't have a tier list, I think in like 2 weeks, I decided to throw him up in here so you guys knew where he was going to be. I'm also going to do that with like Aaron Gordon and all that sort of stuff throughout the other tier list so you guys know where they're going to end up. But Dwyane Wade has gold range, has the D-Wade jump shot base, which is just beautiful. One of the best dunkers in the game, has the 96s and all of his speed, has Hall of Fame quick first step, Hall of Fame clams, Hall of Fame pick dodger, Hall of Fame difficult shots. Like, Dwyane Wade is a demon and is easily, once he comes out, the best card in the game. Next up, Pink Diamond Derrick Rose, one of the new double take cards, and it's D Rose. He's just always so good because of how quick he is. 6'3", 6'8" wingspan, has a 97 again in all of the speeds, Hall of Fame quick first step, Hall of Fame downhill. So basically, all the time you're using him, he's gonna have a 99 speed. It's just over. Gold clams, pick dodger, all of that wonderful stuff. Has dimer, has sniper. You can add deep threes, you can add hot zone hunter, you can add circus threes even if you want to be like that guy. The 95 driving dunk on top of it is just crazy. 84 on ball steal tendency, beautiful dunking tendencies. The Derrick Rose jump shot's beautiful, and the Pro 6 behind the back is super cheesy. It's super nice, and it makes this Derrick Rose an absolute demon. And last but not least, for the A tier, it's Darren Williams. I was harsh on Darren Williams a little while ago because, you know, he just wasn't up to par with... I still think there's a big gap between, you know, Curry, Wade, and then the rest of the guys in S tier. But Darren Williams, I do think, still outperforms everybody that we have in A tier because the jump shot 22 base is beautiful. He has the Curry slide, one of the best, you know, moves in the game. His profile behind the back is absolutely money. Love the jump shot. Love the range that you can add on to him. Love, you know, unpluckable floor gen, all that stuff on Hall of Fame. The clamps, absolutely amazing defense. There's just nothing wrong with this Darren Williams card that makes me want to put him below and equal to a lot of these guys in A tier. So S tier, he sits. Let me know what you guys think about the tier list down in the comment section below. Again, we're adding people like Dwyane Wade just so we know where they're going to be because we're not going to be putting a tier list live when they drop. So unfortunately, I'm just going to do it early. So let me know what you guys think about that. If you want me to do it with Aaron Gordon, I can. If not, you know, I'll just leave him off the list. It's cool. It's fine. Makes sense, though. Like if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new. We are on that road to 10K subscribers. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see y'all in the next video.